Hello awesome people, this is Pravidas from Tutometer and you are most welcome in our channel. So guys, today we are going to look at how to edit this picture as you watching on my screen. So basically this photo is clicked by Nikon D5300 and basically simply clicked by me, and I think the photograph is pretty good. So let's see how we can edit this pic and how we can achieve a kind of cinematic look to picture. So first of all, I recommend you to, if you clicking on any photo, please click on it on raw or CR2 file. If you're using Nikon, you can use it NEF file. If you are using Canon, you can use CR2 files. So the color depth and the color beat which is given by camera, it bit quite high, so you get a very good result on that. Okay, if you're clicking on simple JPEG, no issue, but I recommend maximum time you can click on raw if you are going for photographic and editing purpose. So as you see, here is a layer. So first of all, I'm going to duplicate it, just Control and J, or I can just drag it on a layer, so it going to duplicate the picture. So why is duplicate? I always do duplicate because I should always need to watch the original picture and the edited one, that what is the difference coming on after my editing. So that's why I always kept original on background and use on open one. So I turn it on, and simply we can use there is a tool. If you doesn't use it, I can show you. If you're using, then well and good. Just click on the background, and here in filters you can see there is a tool, camera raw filter. So basically, what is camera raw filter? Camera raw filters works way more good with raw files, but if you don't have raw files, no issue, you can still use it. So as you click on camera raw filter, here you can see there is a lot of option regarding to color correction, regarding to grains, regarding to hue saturation, but there is a problem. The problem is that if I color correct something like that or whatever, I just showing you for information purpose. So if I done this, just suppose, and I press OK, it going to process and put all the the suggestions and all the adjustment on this layer, and I cannot redo it, or you can say I cannot adjust it again. If I go to filters, as you see, all the filters and all the sliders are get adjusted and resetted on the same position as I put it over there. Okay, so what we can do with that, we can just undo it for one time and right click on it and make it convert to smart object. It what does it just make a smart object, so whenever we can edit on that, we will do it, but it doesn't make any changes on the sliders. Okay, so just first of all make it convert to smart object, then go to filter and here camera raw filter. Okay, so camera, first of all I would like to say that guys, the color decision is all of yours. It better to knows that what colors and what color themes I'm going to take it on the photograph and what I'm going to make. So first of all, clear on that, that exactly what kind of mood you want to create. Basically here as you see, I'm going to create a kind of the cool kind of effect, and I'm mixing some kind of sun rays with it, so it's going to look way more contrast than before. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to temperature. As I see, temperature is almost good, nothing to do with that. Next I'm coming to exposure. Exposure, I think bit low exposure the photographed, so I'm going to increase it, not too much, a little bit. Next, contrast. If I increase the brightness, so I need to increase the contrast to get the shadow highlights details. As you see, I increase the contrast, it giving a quite nice look on her hairs, and even if you see the jungle part, it also give us fine depth kind of things. Okay, next is highlight means all the white areas, as you see in the picture, this sky and the goggle ring, that one, and this white portion, this all coming in highlight. If I want to increase the highlight, I can simply increase it. So as you see here, the pole becoming white. Okay, so I don't want to make it too large. I'm okay with 9. Next we have whites. So if you want to increase white, you can increase it. If you want to decrease, you can decrease it. But I think I should increase it up to 3. Okay, I'm okay with 3. Next is clarity. Basil texture, I'm not going to increase that. If you want to, you can do it. So it give you a kind of a detailed look in face. If you see, if I increase texture, it will give me some kind of textury look. Okay, but it also give you some kind of noise, but I'm totally okay with noise, cause noise doesn't make anything worse with the image. It going to give you a detail of image. Okay, so I'm going to alt and select and zoom out it. Okay, fine. Next we have vibrance, saturation are different things. Saturation means we are mixing every color in highlight, midtone and shadow, but vibrance means we are only going to add colors to midtone and highlights. Okay, so I'm going to increase vibrance, so the skin tone becoming too red, and as you see here is the jacket color is increasing on increase vibrance, so it gives us a kind saturated look, which I like it so much. Next, first of all I'm going to fit in the view. Okay, now I can increase saturation if I want, but I don't think so saturation need a lot of adjustment. I think 3 or 5 is enough. Okay, after increase saturation, you can see the skin tone on her finger becoming more prominent, and it's looking so realistic of the skin tones. So I can minimize it again to fit in a view. Okay, so here I can leave it, and next I'm going to this one. Okay, detailing, detail panel. I'm going to detail panel, and first of all I'm going to sharpen the image a little bit, not too much. Okay, fine. Noise reduction, I don't want to noise reduction right now, cause the noise is pretty good to me. And if you want to decrease the noise, you can increase luminance and decrease the detail. You will reduce the noise of image. So fit to view. Okay, next I'm coming to here, HSL adjustment. It means hue, saturation, luminance. Basically hue means the color. If you want to change any color to any color, you can do it from here. Saturation means if you want to increase just the red one, or you can say if you just want to decrease the green part, you can do it from this panel, saturation panel. And next is luminance. Basically if you want to reduce or increase the luminance of any color value, you can do it from here. Okay, so first of all I'm going to show you the hue. So as you see, girl wears the jackets and jeans, which is basically comes in colors of blue. So I don't like blue at all, cause it's not giving us a cinematic look. So first of all I'm going to blue and change this color to cyan, so it kind look us like, you know, this kind of look. Okay, or you can make it purple. Purple is also good, but as you see it only changes the color of jacket, cause it doesn't know other colors. It just I'm adjusting on blues, so it going to convert all the colors only on blue. As you see, here is the blue, here is the blue. Just this purpose, these lines are converted to other colors, which is really cool. Okay, so I think this one, I'm actually what idea I have. I just want to convert the color of the jacket, but jeans going to be look like as it was before. So just we have to take another photo and just cut the jeans and put it over that, so we can get the result. But basically in this one I'm going to take the blue like that, and purple, we don't have purple here, we have greens. So greens, if you see greens at the background, if I change the greens color, it convert to something else like that or like that, but I like that too much. I think it's looking cool to me, but if you want to change the color, you can hide and trial all the sliders and make it best you want to. Next, come to saturation. I think yellows are bit less saturated, so I can increase it. Oranges means face coming in orange, so if I increase it, I think a little bit difference coming on that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the result. Next, if you want to change the luminance of any value, you can do it, but I'm not going to do cause my saturation. The picture was when created, picture when clicked, it quite give us a very satisfying result. So I'm not going to click on the luminance and not adjusting it. So next, if you come to here, as you see here is a split toning. Split toning basically works with highlight and shadows. If we increase, if we change the U, but it doesn't show anything on the result cause the saturation is 0 right now. So I can increase the saturation, something like that. And if I change the shadow, now you can see the result is showing in the panel. But basically we don't use so much of that cause it doesn't give us very nice look to me. I don't think it doesn't matter to me. So I'm coming next. Distortion, we don't have any kind of distortion cause it's clicked on 50 mm lens, so no need of distortion. Effect, if you effect is very important thing. If you want to add some kind of grains on your image, you can increase the, but I don't want grain cause I already have grain on my image. As you see, the grains are already in my image, so I don't want to increase the grain. If you don't have, you have a very clear picture, you can add a grain to make it look more realistic or look more cinematic. Basically every film, very big films, like the Transformers and like Johnny Walker, and there's a lot of films which use grains to create a kind of detail and kind of Hollywood look. So you can also do with that. So as I click on OK, as you see, it's processing and it's give you the result we have done before. As you see here, we have a smart filter option, which is basically, if I off it, it's going to off all the effect that we done in camera raw filter. If you want to edit, just click on it. It giving us the same result, same whatever we have done on this, same the sliders and all this thing that we adjusted over there. If you can again access it. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to duplicate the layer, Control J, and going to again smart filters, sorry, camera raw filters, and I'm going to use saturation U, and I'm going to blues and make it something like that. Okay, so why is that? As I told you, I don't want to change the color of the jeans, but I want to change the color of the jacket. So what we are going to now, right click on the upper layer and rasterize it, so it flatten the images. And right now I'm going to select the jeans one like that, and the detailing depend upon you, how much detailing do you want. If you want so much detailing, you can make it with pen tool also, but I think this thing is okay to me. There is a corner, I can select it too. Fine. Okay, so now I'm going to right click and layer via copy, so I getting the pant only. And as you see, the color of pant is that what I want, and the color of the jacket is changed to cyan, which is looking quite good. So to me, I think the photograph is quite good, but I need to make some changes more. So I'm going to the background layer, the last layer, and Control J and duplicate it, put it on the top of the layer, and I'm going to rasterize this first of all. Now I'm going to image adjustment. Either I have selective color. Okay, check the selective color and select the color. Oh, sorry, I think I have I've taken the wrong option. Image mode adjustment, brightness, contrast, length, view, vibrance, color, balance, color, black and white, photo filter, color mixer, color lookup, invert, posterized, threshold, gradient map, selective colors, shadow, HDR, toning, desaturate. Select, if I go to select here, I can get the color range. Okay, that's what I was searching for. So if you go to select, and here you get a color range, In color range, as you see, it's showing you the sky that exactly I want. If I go to fuzzy, increase the fuzziness, is going to you know, it's going to blur the matte, basically black and white thing. And if you click on OK, it's going to give you a selection and a basic selection. Right click on it, feather it. I think I need 20 pixel feather, so I'm going to click OK and right click on it and go to layer via copy. So what happened, I just make the selection of the sky. So what I'm next to do it, I'm going to image adjustment, and here I get I can go to color balance, so I can go to curve 2. So first of all, I'm going to blue, cause I want to the sky should be blue and some kind of gradient on it. So I'm going to increase the blue one. Okay, next I'm going to green, increase the green one, or you can decrease it to make it some look like, reduce the red. Okay, now as you see, the sky is changing its color, but I don't want to change the whole sky, I just want to change this part of area. So I'm going to make a selection just like that, and right click it, feather it like 200 pixels. I think it's a pretty good number. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm right click and select invert. So what it does, it just select the invert part of the image, and I'm just going to delete it. As you see, now it's going to give you a very nice gradient kind of look to sky, which is, I think, really looking nice to me. Okay, fine. Now next one, I'm going to take a new layer here, and I'm going to take okay, I'm going to delete it. I'm going to here adjustment layer and take the curve on. First of all, we are going to color correction it, and after that we can make it a mask, or if you don't want to put the layer to whole of the image, you can make a mask on it. So it not going to put on the whole layer, it can be only you know, the tree part, or only the face part, and only the body part, whatever you want. So first of all, I'm going to curves and reduce it something like that. If you want to, you can increase it to make it like some contrastic image, but I think that's fine to me. Okay, it's fine to me. Okay, next one, I'm going to take another curve, and now I'm going to right click and take select on the mask, and I'm going to add brush tool. Sorry, brush tool, I'm not going to take brush tool, I'm going to invert it and press alt click, alt delete. So what is going to do that, it's putting black color on the mask, so the whole mask, the whole layer is going to disable. Okay, like that. If I increase or decrease whatever, it doesn't make any sense of that. Okay, so actually what I want, I just want to make this part blacker, this part blacker, so our highlight and our you know, the our character getting more prominent on the image. So I'm just decrease some kind of brightness on here, and now I'm going to click on the layer mask. I just inverting the color. Now I am going to paint the white color. Right click on it and increase the size of the and I'm going to hardness to 0. As you see, it's giving you a nice look. So basically I am painting the mask to create a custom look. Okay, fine. Now it looks so quite good on that. Now what we can do, the next thing that I think we should do, it's to clean the face off. You can see there is a small spots, we can clean off that, but for that we have to select the parent layer, I mean this layer. As you see, this layer is the main layer, so I can edit my picture on that layer. So I'm going to click the layer and select the patch tool. You can use any 3 of them, you get the same result, but there is a some advantage and disadvantage of each and every tool. So I'm going to select it and put okay. Okay, so I think now it's going to give me a fine result. Something like that. You have to patch a lot of time, up to you not getting a desirable result. As you see, the spot parts are going, it's almost looking good to me. Next, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and last this one. If you want to take it some more, it doesn't matter. Now it's looking quite good. Fine. So last one, the last effect that I always actually last second effect which I always give it to give in every photo editing tool. So last one is dodging, or I can say brighten up the highlights of the image, so our character get more prominency on that. So I'm going to take a new layer and go to edit and go to fill, click on fill and select here 50% gray. Okay, so as you see, it fills up with the gray, and I'm going to change the blending mode to overlay, so it doesn't affect the channels. But if I take the dodge tool and increase the size of that and painting on dodge tool, as you see, it affect the image. But what the advantage of this method? If you don't want this this effect anymore, so you can just switch it off and you get the original photo. So basically that's why we using that. I'm going to undo that. So basically what I do, I take always to the this size brush 100 to 12, and I just go to not mid-tone it, I'm go to highlights, so it's going to only paint on highlights like that. Okay, as you see, it only painting the highlights, not painting the whole image. So it's give us some prominency on the highlights, which is look so nice to me. Some kind of glow effect. Okay, if you just want to add some glow kind of thing, you can just duplicate it and go to filters and add some blur on it. So as you see, it's going to give you some glow kind of effect. Okay, which looks really nice. Next thing is vignetting the image. As you see, as you want to know what is vignetting. Basically, vignetting is a ring of black circle which always focusing on the character, or focusing on the that we want to focus on. So I'm just going to create a new layer, and the easiest way to do this is go to ellipse and make it ellipse like that. Okay, right click on that feather, almost 200 pixels. Right click, inverse, select inverse and put the black color, or you want to add hard color. I just want to this color. All delete, it going to put on the whole layer. Okay, the last thing that you want to do, just decrease the opacity and make it like more vignetting. Okay, fine, I'm getting the result. And the last thing that I just want to add is a kind of sunlight effect. So the cool color and the warm color gives us a very nice contrastic look. So I just go to bottom layer and put the new layer. Always remember that you have to put the vignetting layer on the last layer, or you can just put it below the sunlight layer if you putting a sunlight on that. So I'm going to I just take this layer and duplicate it and put it on the last one, and take a selection of that like that. Right click, feather. or I can just put a mask on that, so I can in post I can edit it, or I can, if I want to increase the path of that, I can increase it. So just go to here, you can see the layer mask. As you increase the layer mask, it can be increased with photo. So just click on the mask and go here like that, feather it almost 500. I can increase 500 cause my photo is too big, so large, so I can increase up to 500. If you have a small photo, you have to do, I think, almost 20 or 25, 26, 29 almost. Okay it. And now I'm going to give it a kind of bluish effect, orangish effect. But there's a trick. I can simply select the layer and go to filter and go to camera filter. Here I can increase the temperature of the image like that and click on OK. Now as you see, the image that we have created, that much area is affected by the camera raw. If you want to just increase it, you can click on the whole layer and go to again camera filter and just increase it by like that. Highlight increased, contrast I think it's okay, texturity, and if I go to reds, increase the red and click OK. Okay, so I don't want this effect to be affect the whole image, so I'm going to click on the mask and select a circle like that, feather up to 500, and I'm going to put a white color on that. Sorry, first of all I have to put a black color on that. Control delete, sorry, alt delete, alt delete. Okay, now I'm going to put a white color, so simply I click a circle, right click, feather it almost 5% and put a white color. Now it's looking kind of sunlight coming through this area and it's affecting this one, and this part is I think cooler, but I can make it more cooler. So I just going to duplicate it, Control J, and I'm going to disable the layer mask. I don't want this, or I can delete a layer mask. I'm going to camera filter here, camera raw filter. I can make it some kind of this. Okay, same, I'm going to put a layer mask on it, and I'm going to make a circular right depth, feather 500%. okay, next I'm going to deselect it. First of all I have to put the black color on that, and now if I want to paint it, I can paint it same thing for more. As you see, it giving the kind of this kind of look. Or if you don't want too much of that, you can just decrease the opacity of the layer. I think this one looking good to me. Or I can just go to adjustment, curves, red, decrease it, so it becoming us the cyan kind of tint. If I increase blue, okay. So finally you can see the photo is looking quite good than before. If you want to increase the skin tone, or you want to make it some fair, you can do it. I can show you that. Just take the mother layer that we have done last time, Control J, duplicate it and put it over last image just below of vignetting, and here you can go to select. Here you find color range. So first of all you want to take this picker and pick the skin tone, and if you want to pick more, you can pick like that. Decrease the fuzziness, so it's going to only click on this part of facial part. Click OK, right click, feather almost 20 pixels. I think it's going to be okay. right click it, or if you want to increase the area, as you see this areas are not selected, this area. So I'm going to select it by okay, I'm going to select it later. So first of all, right click, layer via copy. As you see, we have copied the layer. So just go to images, you can go to curves and increase the overall brightness. Okay, don't make it too much, otherwise it's going to look like Fair and Lovely, which is not good for the character. If you don't want to be make it too sharpness or too fairness, so you can just increase you can just decrease the opacity of the image. So as your model want, you can make it fair. I think that's perfect. So I think the photo becoming so perfect than before. As if I show you, I can show you the last result that we take over that. Just put it over last one. So this is our original pic, this is our last pic, this is original, this is last. I think the photo becoming more contrastic and more saturated than before. So guys, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do it right now, and don't forget to click on the bell icon and put it to all. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter too. So please tell me, how do you like my video or not? If you does, please give us a thumbs up. If you want paid DVD series of any tutorial, please mail me at given mail ID in description. This is Pravidas signing off.